But yeah, if the bottle cage actually, the bolt itself comes out completely, then if you've got the bottle in there, or the bottle cage just slips and it falls to the left or the right, and then it gets caught up between your legs.
Yeah. And
so what you have to, then you have to try and rip it off, and hopefully you'll damage the bottle cage and not your frame. But yeah, that's a little bit of a problem there. But
the mechanics are incredible, the way they can hang out, just sort that out for the rider and make sure that they can stay in the race.
It's when either side, you don't want to be going off the road, left or right, and there's a little bit of a mark, a couple of meters in from the left-hand gutter as well. You get caught on that, could very well be a problem for one or two. And here you've got a little bit of a change in one or two of the nations, but Switzerland, they're all wanting to get themselves eagerly up near the front. Position is going to be crucial, and the wind direction is obviously is completely different now. As Ian Stannard there, he just holds himself on the right-hand side. He didn't get himself drawn across, because had he gone across the left-hand side and followed one or two of the wheels, then he would obviously have left his teammates further back. Norway as well.
Yeah, the arrival of Norway now on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, Yogi's arrived at the front of the peloton. Ian Stannard is doing the pace-making now. We are starting to see the interest. Denmark looking to form the echelon. They recognise the danger of the British team, but the Belgians have arrived at the front as well. And now we are seeing the surge. 7:18. Look at the clock at 178 kilometres to go. Keep an eye on it, and then when we get to the end of this surge, just purely by the acceleration, we'll see where we're at, because this group is going to be brought back very, very fast. Look at the fight now going on. As Great Britain try to take control, the Norwegians with Bosenhagen in their wheels. Now it's full-on sprinting here, Rob. Look at this.
They're out the saddle. Luke Rowe now comes across, just trying to fight for position as they make this right-hand bend.
Oh, they're going to close the road off for the Belgians on the inside, and coming out of that corner, it's Great Britain who take the initiative, and suddenly this race is on. They knew that once they hit this turn, there's the potential for this race to absolutely split to pieces, and suddenly there are riders sprinting flat out. Luke Rowe goes to the front. Tucked in right on his wheel is Mark Cavendish. Alongside him is Adam Blythe. Next in the slipstream as Cavendish also even does a turn in the echelon. Also there is Ben Swift. He goes through. The Belgians are joining in. Zdeněk Stybar is near the front for the Czech Republic, and this echelon is forming, and it's forming quite quickly. We'll see whether the tail of the peloton splits here, Rob, but the peloton are now doing 72k an hour.
Yep, that Ben Swift just moving off. And this is it. You can see that long line down on the left-hand side of the screen. They're all hugging that gutter. Cavendish is moving through, doing a few efforts. That's good for him. And riders further back, you can see riders from the Netherlands, they've got caught out. You can't believe that the Dutch have been caught out on this. And there we see the first gap, and Andre Greipel is that in the... He's fighting for the wheels. This is dangerous. Bosenhagen now for Norway starts to move through. The race really is on now. This is what we were expecting. It's what we were hoping for.
Sprinting now to try and get back into these echelons. There are riders who've been sitting at the back who have been thinking that this race was just going to roll along, and suddenly there are 30 or 40 riders going clear at the front of this race, and there's going to be riders who are going to lose a lot of time here. They could lose minutes if they don't get themselves organised, and there's a lot of carnage in the World Championships.
There's another GB jersey.
Who's that's been dropped? That looks like
Luke Rowe. If that's Luke Rowe, then
we have Mark Cavendish has big problems.
Yeah,
because he's going to be surrounded by a load of Belgians and Australians, and no one else there. Well, there's the front group, and a few more riders coming back. I'm surprised Luke Rowe is.
Maybe a mechanical, maybe he had a puncture as well, but I'm not quite sure. He's certainly doing a lot of work.
The Australians having a great day here in this World Championship, so are the Belgians, and there's another little group of riders coming up. I'm looking here to see one more German rider in here. I haven't seen Marcel Kittel. I'm wondering if that's Degenkolb as Tony Martin's arriving. Number 33 there is Cyril Lemoine. Also there was number 10, and that was Louis Mate. But this front group is only 25 riders. On the back, the New Zealander, looks like Jack Bauer is there safely.
That's Dion Smith, I think.
Sorry, it's Dion Smith. Number 96 there is looking very, very good. Jascha Sütterlin, so the Germans have numbers. Bosenhagen. And yeah, it is Dion Smith, rides for One Pro Cycling. The Eritrean rider who is there now is Mekseb Debesay. Number 6 moves up. That is De La Cruz of Spain. Motorbike trying to go through.
4 riders for Spain. So
just
they've
looking.
read this.
Australia. I've got a couple of riders in here. And I actually don't see Cavendish.
Sorry, no, that's not it. That's not it.
Oh, that's incredible. This is the front group up here.
Wow, it really has. It's split up completely, hasn't it?
It has.
So this race must be spread over around about 500-600 metres at least. What's left of the peloton, if not further. And this isn't even the front group, I don't think.
No, the front group's even further up the road, Rob. This is the second echelon we're coming up to. Which is
or the third.
Or the third. It has absolutely smashed to pieces, this race. And we have 167 kilometres to go. This is the front group.
Boonen now on the front.
Boonen is ripping this race now. It's Boonen, it's Bosenhagen, Viviani. Also in here a couple of German riders. Just looking who else is here. The Italians are here in numbers. I think this race has actually, this front group split into 2.
Sagan is there.
Sagan has made it with his brother.
With 2 teammates.
His Yuri Sagan is also here. The Australians safely here.
Matt Heyman just doing the